Hello everyone, how you going? And welcome to TikTok's Only Canadians Will Understand, and I'm going to at least attempt to understand. And look, starting out with what, 500 mil of snow is certainly going to be my first challenge. The t-shirt! Get out! Wow! That's...
And here they come down the hill. It looks like Ruben is in the lead, and here comes out. That was a bad idea. That Riverside Park is trouble.
Oh my goodness, he still managed to sign out even after acknowledging the fact that that was a bad idea. But like I was saying, just starting out with 2 snow videos, and especially this first one, just seeing the guy in his toque, I'm going to call it a toque, and just that powdery snow is insane. I mean, there is also only a select group of people that would be able to be in that kind of weather in, I'm going to call it just jeans and a t-shirt. Like, that's pretty... I'm gonna call it hardcore. But look, so far nothing has been out of my realm of understanding. It's more the relatable part that is lacking.
Touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, hey, bud. Oh, hey, pal. How's you going? Oh, not too bad, eh? How about yourself? Be honest with you, buddy. I'm a little rattled right now. Oh, no shit, eh? What's got you cheesed? Politics, man. Tell me about it, buddy. Just the government, buddy. Just absolute shite show. I'll tell you that right now. No kidding, buddy. You can say that again. Just that Justin Trudeau character, buddy. I'll tell you. Holy smokes, eh? I swear,
Holy
some days just want to
smokes.
grab him right by the neck and give him a big old smooch
right
right on
on
the
the
lips,
lips,
right?
I was going to say surely not. Canadians are too friendly to ever be just even insinuating that they might be causing harm to someone. I mean, accidentally taking them out when you're just going too fast down a hill is a different story, but there's no way that anyone would be going, oh, politics has just got me riled up, and then I just want to give him a big old smooch. But I think the first one that I didn't understand was this one, because he bangs it on the table twice, and I'm wondering why that is. If I had to hazard a guess, I would say that it's something to do with getting the bag's milk just all the way down to the base of the jug so it's not overflowing. You can actually kind of chop into it without it just spilling immediately. That's the only thing I can assume, and so let me know if I'm wrong there. And then, to be honest, this one is not relatable at all. I do understand what's going on there, and it would be a pain. I can only imagine there would be so many kids just going, oh, I'm just sleeping all day. But to be honest, there is virtually never a cancelled school day in Australia, besides if it gets ridiculously hot, and that happens, I don't know, probably once a decade. Canadian kids. What?
Like, where is this guy even from? Like, why do I remember this? Why do you remember this? What even is, what is this?
Whoa, what was that face paint at the end? I mean, of course, there's clearly a whole bundle of costumes as well, and so I can only imagine it was some kind of wipeout, medieval. I mean, maybe it's a knockout is what I'm thinking of, because that was the Australian version of what I'm looking at there. But then who knows, considering I'm seeing a castle in the background there, it could be anything from a Nickelodeon show to a Takeshi's Castle ripoff.
All right, boys. So we all know there's good and bad things about living in the North. One of the cool things about Canada is our money. It's all colorful, and
Oh, yeah.
our Prime Minister's a great fucking guy. Okay, but actually though, our money's pretty fucking cool. You scratch that little leaf, it smells like maple syrup. Another good thing is that we got Tim's. Basically just a Canadian's gasoline. One of the bad things are, we get so much snow that you don't know if you should just hibernate for the winter. Another bad thing is that the lineups at Tim's are usually horrible.
Whoa.
Other than that though, it's pretty man.
Fair enough. I mean, the roll up the rim and everything else that comes with the Tim Hortons certainly seems like a fun little idea, even if you do have to wait in a queue for quite a while. But to be honest, it always just looks so bleak in the winter, and yes, that has something to do with what I'm going to assume is constant grey skies and a mixture of snow being just white all over the ground just gives you no colour. And actually, maybe in this particular one right here, you have Canadian Tire, and so depending on whether you like it or not, that could make the scene very, very bleak. But hey, I guess he did say at the start that there are some problems with living in the north, and so maybe if you're just able to avoid this by living in the south, and you just get rain constantly instead.
So growing up in Canada, Halloween just always sucked. Like, I could never just be Bob the Builder. I always had to be Bob the Builder with a fucking jacket. Multiple layers, too.
Whoa, that's a massive jacket. Wow. Yep. All seasons. Bagged milk. Yep. 3, look at it. What
Thank
it's
you for
gonna
being
be.
here.
Prank Patrol. I never realized that was an international show. I mean, is it an international show? Because when I search up Prank Patrol, the first thing that comes up is Prank Patrol Australian TV series. But there we go, when I put Prank Patrol Canada, the Canadian TV series comes up as well. And so yeah, that has just blown my mind because I have never realized before that it was an international show, because Scotty and the Ninjas became quite an ordeal and quite a meme back in the day in Australia at least. I mean, I'm not sure about the other two. I don't believe I ever saw any of those because Australia also had their own ones. But this guy is absolutely right about just unlocking some wild memories just seeing some of those covers. When you see the right one that you grew up on or whatever it may be, it all just comes rushing back and crashing into your head. It's Terry Fox season. Really, is that a thing? I mean, I guess people in the comments were just telling me all these different things, from schools running charity events and people just doing it in annual races just generally all over the country. I don't think that he has a particular day, but to be honest, you don't need a particular day when you just spend multiple months and just year round in people's heads. What? Roots? Tim Hortons, know that one. Yeah. Bag milk, of course. All dressed. Dunkaroos? I think I just have to look at this one right now because I don't know if I've ever seen Dunkaroos. I feel like I've heard about them, but I don't know if I've seen them on shelves. But what is Canada doing just stealing the kangaroo? They should know better. I don't have the beaver or the moose or the caribou or anything like that on my food, so just bugger off. Keep to your own lane.
How Americans think Canadians drive. Oh, hey, sorry there, bud. I'm just gonna squeeze right past you. How we actually drive.
Yeah, the same.
Holy learn how to drive, you goof, gonna make me spill my Tammys. Yo, I can't even get into the car. It's frozen.
Oh, that's disgusting. What?
Oh my god.
You'd rip the handle off.
This is...
Oh my goodness, really? Surely boiling water is going to work better, or is that going to cause other problems? Wow. Wow. That was so much ice. So actually, it wasn't even that much ice, but it was so strong. I mean, like I said, I am curious about the boiling water because I feel as though a hairdryer is going to take so much longer, especially to get it all away, but maybe that causes other problems because you were suddenly expanding the entire car. But yeah, I can only imagine there are a whole bundle of door handles that meet their end every year because people just don't know when to give up and they just pull a little bit too hard and the ice wins. And so I don't know how you get around this besides having a garage or a carport at least, and if you don't, then what, do you just have to spend an extra, I don't know, 45 minutes every morning? That sounds like it's not very fun. I just want to get in the car and go, not to have to wait for ice to melt so I'm standing out in -20.
Alright guys, it's 14 degrees in Canada.
Nice and sunny.
It's never been this hot. Let's go outside. Wow. It is so nice.
Heat stroke.
What happened?
Too much sun.
Stroke? Completely underestimated this scorching 14-degree weather. We are not prepared for this. We gotta get ready. Oh wait, there's no guns in Canada. We just put it on. Alright guys, that's much better. I have both my ice packs. It's never been this hot before.
Nice sunscreen.
Guys, on days like this, we have to break the rule.
Oh no. Oh, it's not even nice water.
Stand another minute in this heat. Oh, my Crocs fell off. One of the dinosaurs fell off. Oh my god.
That water would be so cold.
We've had one casualty. It's just so hard. I mean, look, there was a lot to cover in this entire one, but like I said, it must be a blisteringly hot summer's day just to be able to get to 14 degrees. I'm lucky, or I'm glad that he has his sunscreen and his sunnies on, because he could seriously be getting quite burnt, almost to the point where I don't know if you should be changing into a short sleeve t-shirt because you're just going to melt away by your arms. You know, you're half made of ice if you live in Canada. I mean, what I truly took away from this video is the fact that apparently everyone in Canada must have massive walk-in wardrobes. Like, what am I looking at there? Here's like a shelf for every single shirt and shoe. Like, what's crazy?
Ayo, Canadian check.
Oh, wait. Oh, that's sliding. Oh, that's water at the bottom. I guess that's kind of good because that means that you're at the bottom and you're not going to continue to slide and hit anything. The water's going to act as a brake, but that was some serious sliding. He slid for I don't know how long, what, 20, 50, I don't know how long meters, but look at that. Just no control. Oh my god. At first I was going, wow, that's some interesting reversing, but no, that's not the reversing. That's just... Tim Hortons and Canadian Tire, but I feel as though you just completely miss out on a massive group of people. You only said Shawn Mendes when people just spring to mind like Drake and Justin Bieber, like I said, and that's just music, let alone all the actors that make it down into Hollywood. And then yes, you do have bagged milk, but to be honest, so far I am yet to see a bagged milk that has been split in 3, and everyone kept telling me, because I was saying, how do you control a 3-litre bag of milk? And they go, no, it doesn't come in 3-litre bags or even a 3-litre bag. It comes in separate smaller bags inside a bag, but honestly, they look pretty darn big. You know, that's in his hand. That is definitely more than a litre, unless he has, what, tiny hands. And like I said, it is not the first time in this compilation we have seen bagged milk, and I've yet to seen a triple bagged milk.
When an American asks a Canadian where they're from, so where are you from? Winnipeg. What? Vancouver. Huh? Edmonton. Toronto.
Right.
Oh, you mean where Drake's from? Yeah, I know that place.
Drake's from.
Thought so.
Wow.
Oh my god. Stupid boy think that I need him.
That's
I go call like change the season.
I need to pause it and just take it in. I mean, I wish it was a bit of a widescreen just to get the full kind of landscape and scale of it, because it's kind of the perfect location, as being on, I believe it's a CN tower, would give you the best view in terms of 360 views, but then you don't get it perfectly framed and just against the entire backdrop of the rest of the city and that brilliant sky. And look, I can only imagine an apartment, or maybe it's a hotel, but it looks like an apartment to me would be mega dollars. I mean, I guess I could try and look it up. I guess first of all, I have to try and find the CN tower. Surely it has to show up somewhere on this map. Okay, there, yeah, down here. Okay, so there it is, CN Tower, finally found it. So 3,600, and yeah, I'd say within reason, probably without the view, it's going to be that kind of price. And so yeah, I can't even imagine how much the other one would cost, considering that's what, 800 a week? I mean, to be honest, this one right next to the Hockey Hall of Fame also looks like it could be insane, and it does offer a 6 grand one, or up to 6 grand. That is insanity. But hey, if you can somehow afford that, more power to you, because that's a nice guy.
If you live in Canada, you can relate to this.
I don't.
Tell me why I was going to the plaza right now, and the sidewalk is like an ice rink. I was walking and slipping and sliding everywhere. I should have just skated to the plaza, to be honest.
Why not? That honestly sounds like it would be a good idea. You know, Australians ride kangaroos because it's too hot on the ground just to be able to touch our bare feet, because we come straight out of the ocean and we don't have our thongs. And so it would make sense that Canada has the equivalent, and that's just going from home or from anywhere. You just get to skate around everywhere. It'd be honestly really fast, because I've seen some speed skaters and even just figure skaters. You can get some serious speed up on ice skates. And so yeah, go for it. Why not? At least that way you don't have to worry about hair drying or the ice off your car. No, you just get your big Bob the Builder jacket on and you go for it. Sounds brilliant to me. Yeah. Say hey, everyone. And confidently navigate a snowstorm. And then lastly, honestly, along with the rest of the world, but watches the USA's politics for entertainment. My goodness, isn't that true? Especially when there is an election coming up. I mean, honestly, their election campaigns go for so long. In Australia, you get like, it feels like 2 days in comparison to the USA's 10 years. You know, I hear people saying, oh yeah, this person, that person for the 2030. I'm like, hang on a second, we haven't even had the 2022 yet, or the 2026, so what are you doing? But I would certainly say that that is a pretty comprehensive list between apologizes for everything, loves hockey, says hey every other word, will call you bud, puts maple syrup on everything, never complains that go out the cold, we know that from the start, can confidently navigate a snowstorm is news to me, but not surprising and definitely understandable given the title. I mean, it is a little bit disappointing to hear that they don't actually live in an igloo or on a moose. Maybe it's a caribou and not an igloo, and there's another Canadian word for igloo, but otherwise, like I said, a very comprehensive list, and I would definitely agree with it from what I know.
Head out there.
Okay, so last night, someone broke into my truck. You know what they took? $5.
And roll the rim.
And they rolled up my rims. I am not even fucking joking. They rolled.
Poor fella. He has lost his chances. You know, he was going to have his 1 in a million chance, because everyone says there's about a 1 in 100, or no, what is it, 1 in 6 chances to win, but then apparently you're winning more so like 1 in 100, 1 in 200 times, and so I guess someone is probably hoarding all the 1 in 6s, probably the guy that stole them and rolled them up and broke into a car just to get them. And I mean, look, from an Australian perspective, -5 I could probably handle just fine in terms of having the jackets, but I certainly would not be looking like what he looked like. He just had nothing on, in my opinion, especially just going out in jeans and what looks like a random jacket. You know, I would be rugged up, down jacket, winter pants, trackies if I can, I'd be rugged up. -10, I'd be looking like an absolute marshmallow. -15, you wouldn't catch me outside if you even tried and paid me. And -21, I mean, you would probably be able to push me outside because I'd be frozen solid in an ice block. And at least that one, to be fair, he does agree with, because it was very, very cold, but the thing I don't understand is how it then gets twice as cold as that, down to 40 and even -50 with wind chill. But hey look, this video has finally let me into the everyday life of a Canadian, and to be honest, I feel as though some of the things I'm like, yeah sure, I could be down for a roll up the rim and all these things, but other things like this guy, there is no way that I could be doing what he is doing right there. I mean, maybe for about half a second, but then I'd just be frozen solid again. And so look, I feel as though overall I'm just maybe, what, halfway to being a full-blooded Canadian, because the title says TikToks only Canadians will understand, and I feel as though I understood most of what was going on here, if not all of them. It's the relatable part that then just goes completely out the window, because I'm on the complete other end of the spectrum. But anyway, in saying that, I reckon I'm going to call it there, so thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, feel free to do the YouTube algorithm things down below. Also, if this is the first video on Monday you are watching, then make sure to go check out any other ones I've done. Also, make sure to go check out the original video down in the description below, or hey, maybe even just want to consider subscribing so that you don't miss another one of these in the future. But all in all, have a good one, and see ya.